What's good, you guys? It's Jibu, and I'm gonna give you my honest thoughts and opinions of racism. Now, I acknowledge that it's a controversial topic, but I'm quite intrigued by it, so let's just get straight to it. So, first off, what is racism? So, according to Oxford Languages, racism is prejudice, discrimination, or antagonism by an individual, community, or institution against a person or people on the basis of their membership of a particular racial or ethnic group, typically one that is a minority or marginalized. Now, I do believe that any race group can be racist to anybody. I don't believe in reverse racism. Any race group can be racist towards anybody. Racism is racism. But now I want to get to the root cause of why racism exists, because there's always a reason to why things occur. It is theorized that racism exists in order to distinguish who our people are, as well as to understand the world better. And another possible reason why racism exists is for one ethnic group to feel superior to another ethnic group. We are not born racist. However, racism does develop at a young age, and it is believed that racism does develop by 6 months old. Well, racial biases anyway is found among 6-month-old babies, and studies have shown that we do tend to treat people that are like us or that are within our group better than anybody else. And although we don't like to admit it, we do want the best for our people, as well as intrinsically desiring to be with our own people. And there's even been a study where children would actually discriminate against another group. Even children are capable of discriminating and discriminate. So it's obvious that we do treat people and we do judge people for their looks and for their skin color. Like, for example, attractive people. We tend to treat attractive people better than unattractive people. Now, we all derive from a black person. We all derive from Africa. Humanity began in Africa. And in fact, as crazy as it sounds, the first person found in England was actually black, or otherwise described as dark-skinned with blue eyes, 5'5", almost well-fed. You can look it up if you don't believe me. And some of the mutations responsible for lighter skin in Europeans actually has African origin. Now, do I believe we are all the same? No, I don't believe we are all the same. I don't believe we are one human race. I believe that's bullshit. Because if we was truly one human race, then wouldn't human be spelled as Hueman? It's obvious we're different, which I believe that's fine. It's okay to be different. There's nothing wrong with being different, but we are different. And the truth is that white people are genetically weaker than black people. White skin is a recessive gene. Blue eyes is a recessive gene. Blonde hair is a recessive gene. It is not to say that they are weak as a whole, but compared to other race groups, they are genetically the weakest race group. And I believe that the white population is in a rapid decline. So no wonder why there have been strategies implemented in order to maintain, if not increase, the white population. Now it is theorized that there is a genuine fear that the white population will eventually dissipate. And to be honest, it kind of makes sense to me, the way black people have been treated throughout history, not just by white people, but by Arabics and every other race group. Now, there are evolutionary biologists that aren't really convinced that skin cancer itself drove the evolutionary change. Now, there are probably white people that will bring up the fact that there are mixed people that look white, despite them having a black parent. First things first is that exceptions don't disprove the rule. As a whole, a ton of mixed babies and a ton of mixed people that do have a black and white parent tend to be darker than lighter. Another thing is that there are a decent amount of mixed people that just aren't extremely honest. They may say one of their parents is black, when in reality they just could be mixed race.
I am biracial. I'm a fourth black, and then my mom's white.
But as a whole, they do end up being darker than lighter. So take that as you will. Now, there are studies indicating that black people do have lower IQs, but I would like to dispute that over the fact that there has literally been a study where black children and white children literally possess the same level of IQ scores.
You cite, in Intellectuals and Race, you cite an observation by the intelligence expert, IQ scientist James Flynn, that just stopped me cold. After the Second World War, you've got large numbers of American troops remaining in Germany. For that matter, there's still several tens of thousands there today. And both black and white American soldiers had children with German women. And Flynn discovered that those children growing up in Germany showed no IQ differences at all.
Black men have more testosterone than white men. Even the density of lean body mass is greater in black people than in white people. So it's obvious we're different. I'm not here to shit on any race group. I'm just giving you guys what I know. We all have our advantages and our disadvantages, and I believe it's okay. It's okay to be different. You just have to accept it for what it is. Black people do have a higher chance of prostate cancer, whilst white people have a higher chance of skin cancer. It's just a matter of accepting things for what it is. I despise the fact that we have faced a ton of atrocities. Of course, every race group has, but I believe nobody has been done worse than black people around the world. Black children from as young as 6 to 10 years old, when they were slaves to Arabs, had their penises amputated. Black female slaves being raped by white slave owners, and just how the media just poorly portrays us. I don't ever wish for white people or Asian people to be poorly portrayed as black people are. I don't wish anybody to go through such traumatic events. But yeah, I guess it is what it is. And there's definitely a ton of anti-blackness in Asian communities, which I'm definitely not fond of. As a whole, I don't hate any group, but I will always prioritize my people. Not every black person's the same, not every white person's the same. Of course, we are all different, individually speaking. I'm still willing to improve with anybody. Doesn't matter what race group you are. We can still get along. We just need to accept things for what it is and try and bring in our best versions of ourselves and utilize the best versions of ourselves to create a better world. Do I believe racism will always exist? Yes, I do believe racism will always exist. We'll always have that unconscious racial bias instilled within us. It's something you cannot control. It develops on its own, and no matter how much mixed people we have, they'll always find a way to judge and belittle people. It's just within our human nature to want the best for our groups and try the best we can to uplift our group and our group only. But that's all I had to say. I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure you like, subscribe, peace. You take care of yourselves. And I'm out.